All I
God,
know is
this nigga's already locked down.
all this talk about piss and shit has me wanting to play D&D.
Yeah, speaking of piss and shit,
Speaking,
let's piss and shit our way to adventure.
That's
ooh, I want that. I want
I
that to
don't-
be the new fucking tagline.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Slap that on a t-shirt.
T-shirt material right there.
Wow, we
Our
hashtag
brand
ad
new
quote.
sentences.
I'm gonna just crazy improv a recap again. Is that cool?
Okay, sure. What are you- are you-
Jump
are you- oh
into
my gosh.
it.
Holy shit.
I'm into it.
Jumping right back into it. Last we left off,
Hear me.
the Soul Seekers were in the mansion with all of the dockside residents. And they heard a rumor that the last like group of dockside residents had been delayed, and descriptions of one of the residents matched that of May's friend Maddie. Additionally, one of the guards who had been sent as backup from Blockade 2 to Blockade 1 had additionally gone missing. Their name was Chaka. May knew that this was their friend Maddie's parent, and so the group took off in search of the missing party. They encountered a couple of obstacles. It looks like maybe a building had fallen and prevented the group from finding their way on like the set path to the blockade to safety. And so they tracked them to another little part of the city where they were being beset by creepy multi-eyed dragon-like creatures, like an eye drake, something like that. But not that though. That'd be crazy.
I don't know what that is.
Upon defeating the first creature with a banishment spell from May on the other, they found that these creatures were not from any other realm. They had not been pulled through portals or anything like that. They had been transformed from just regular Terminus bats. So someone's doing something here, and it's not great, and we don't love it. But the group was pretty much rescued and escorted back to Blockade 1, where the group finally, after I think 3 sessions, began their long rest. Did I miss anything important? Any more ums and uhs?
I don't think so. That's pretty good.
Pretty sure that's the full thing. Well, thanks! As we jump right back into it, as you all begin
Oh,
your long rest. Yes.
DG went on an adventure.
DG went on an adventure. I almost forgot our little boy.
That little guy going on an adventure.
Little guy went on an adventure. He had his whole other like side plot.
Mm-hmm.
DG was sent to the Narrow Council building to ideally seek out Morez and deliver a message, but ultimately just to watch and observe and see what the situation is. DG found all of the counselors, ambassadors from other lands, anyone important really, all in one room together. Whether they were being held there or whether they were in the middle of political dealings, not sure. But among them was Sweetie, who was a known conspirer who is actually working for the Hand, who is one of the BBEGs, the Body Boys. And he made it back safe and sound because he's our very best boy.
Yay.
So, as you all settle into your rest, May,
Some music.
as you sleep.
Yeah.
Let me just move us really quick. Let's just have a chat, you and me. Do I have this thing still, or did I put it in a weird place? Oh, darn, I've frunked it up. Hang on.
It's frogged.
Oh, boy.
It's all frogged.
Man. This is what I get. Whatever. It's fine. I'll just put us here. May. Your chest heaves. The broken glass beneath your feet crunches as you shift your weight. Your tear-stricken face a parallel of the empty room around you, now drenched with your grandfather's, your adoptive father's, collection of bottled seawater. The room should be eerily silent. It would be for anyone else. For you, though, the sound of breaking glass that filled the room only moments ago, it echoes in your mind, like everything else. You see dim projections of yourself, continuing to rampage, some screaming, some pulling out your own hair, the footsteps, the noise. It's the worst when you're in loud crowds, but here you are a crowd. Your feelings are a crowd you can't escape. The bottles are still breaking, glass exploding from every wall. It's so much. It must be hard living like this.
Is there, like, anyone around that I can see other than me?
There's that voice from the doorway. You turn, and behind you, in the doorway of your home on Dockside, stands Elspeth Shaw. From her sides protrude 6 arms, irregularly blinking, wavering like mirages, the way that you're never quite used to. All pairs of hands folded in front of her. Her purple eyes just look you up and down.
I'll just look at her, just, like, not say anything.
Make an insight check.
Ha! Natural 1.
The face just shifting. She kind of like lazily, clasping her arms behind her now, walks to one of the windows and kind of peers at her reflection. Such a pretty face. Intelligent, too.
She's not gonna say anything, she's just gonna keep looking.
I assume you know who I am.
Just, like, slowly nod.
Well, not her, but I do hope to one day be someone you love. I assume you remember how.
Say whatever you're here to say.
Well, you know who I am, but not what I offer. Such an interesting little figure you are. I've had my eyes on you. So tight-lipped, it was pesky. But now that I know what you want, I think I can do us both a favor. Half the city out there has been calling you the Winter Witch, though they don't know that it's you they speak of. Thanks to me, of course. In the heart of the city, surrounded by one of the strongest militaries in Nero, I wonder what would happen if that were to change? How long do you think your friends could hold the line and protect you? Just an interesting little thought experiment. Do you still care about her?
What are you offering me?
Well, I think I have a habit for being hasty. Watching you, has shown me that maybe I should be more patient. So, tonight, I would offer you just a glimpse of what you could have. Elspeth chose me. I know that, you wouldn't be attracted to someone that wasn't intelligent. Her loyalty is not easily given, as you know. But she is loyal. She would do anything for the people she cares about. It is a pity you don't have that in common. It would make things more interesting, but that's all right. Would you like to see what I have to show you?
Let's see it.
She kind of backs up to the doorway, takes a hand, and pushes it open. You kind of see, like, the dark sea sparkling beyond. And she vanishes. Oh, little Maybelle. Daddy's home. You hear from outside.
Just gonna we'll move over to the window
Okay.
and just look out from there.
Looking through it, out at sea a little ways, Ulrich Altringer barely struggles in a small dinghy against another man who fights against him. He holds the man's head underwater. In the brief moments where the man is able to raise his head, make a perception check. Look a little closer. Make it again. In the brief moments where he's able to get a gasp of air, you see Domnall. A rage begins to darken in you. And strangely, the tug of confidence grows. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
20.
Damn it. Do you choose to do anything?
No, it's not real. We'll just step straighten up and let the curtain sort of fall back.
Okay. The sound of splashing outside fades. The sound of laughter grows. Ulrich's laughter cutting through the noise. You know, Maybell, you'll never be anything but a curse. A pity. I thought by now you'd be something. His laugh is still ringing in your ears as you wake. You all may mark your long rest.
So, like, do all of you sleep all the time? Is that something that you all have to do, like, constantly?
No.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Do you not sleep? What are you doing? We're sleeping.
I wait for you all to wake up.
You just wait.
Like a puppy, like at the door, just waiting? Like, are you just
Oh well,
watching us?
puppies sleep too. I'm not like a puppy.
Well, what do you do when I'm not home?
Wait for you to get back.
Are we all like we're all just like staying in the same room, is that right?
Yeah. There aren't many rooms to spare in this place.
As May wakes up to like everybody talking. I had a visitor in the night.
Oh.
The hand.
Mick, can you bring your mic a little closer?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Whenever you're done fixing your mic. It's weird that you carry a microphone with you, May.
May mic check?
You all not
May-
notice that May actually uses that microphone to talk?
Microphone?
Is
May
May?
mic-
Oh God! Oh.
May, are you live streaming our adventure?
Is that better?
Yeah.
That's better, yeah, thank you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. She didn't have anything to offer me.
Can I make an insight check? To see
Go
how
for it.
May is actually torn up at all?
May, you can make a persuasion or deception, whichever you prefer.
Just. Oh.
What does
Rip.
Quinn see?
May is she's like shaken from the experience of it. I guess just. Yeah, she's like. It was an emotional experience for her.
Yeah.
But she's not. She just doesn't seem like worried about it or anything. I think she was telling the truth when she said she didn't have anything to offer.
Okay. She's trying to hide how that she's shaken up at all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's not like being necessarily like forthright that she's like shaken, but
Okay.
Did she ask anything of you? You said that she wasn't interested in what she had to offer. Was it clear what she was wanting?
I guess just what she wants from everyone. Someone to control. Someone to let her in. Did I feel the attempt of her to like push in? Or was it like is it like a background thing?
You felt a strange, unbidden feeling rising in you. Less of like a penetration by like a foreign, like being charmed or something, and more like your own feelings were manipulated for an instant before you overcame them.
Yeah, no, she didn't say what she wanted from me specifically, but every time she visits someone, she wants them to let her in. So, something like that, I'm sure. But the only thing that I want, we're going to do. I can do it myself. I don't need her.
Do you want some tea, May?
Sure.
I'm just gonna go over and start making some tea.
Sure.
Which is to say for Nova and Rubicon, if someone visits you in your dreams offering you something that you want, say no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can. I kind of just want to go out and like see the world, and I don't really need help doing that. I can just kind of do that. So, I, I don't think that I don't think they have anything I want, unless they can offer me the world. Oh, that sounds evil.
Yeah, maybe don't say that a lot.
Yeah, I don't want the world like that. I kind of want to see it and respect it from a distance. I don't want to own it.
I never trust anyone who offers that much. That it seems too good to be true. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you all wish to do anything else with your morning? You hear the busyness of the rest of the mansion around and below you as the sunlight kind of peeks in. It looks like the rain from the previous day is gone.
We should figure out what we want to do.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that. We are in for it here. I think it's gonna be way more of a fight than we're anticipating.
Yeah, I think that you're right.
If yesterday was any indication, those things we fought with the eyes, that was just one group out of like 5 or 6, and that's just of the ones I saw. So I don't know if we can full on fight them
Alone.
alone.
Right.
When we defeated them, they turned into bats. Would it... May, I don't understand magic the way that you acquainted us.
Whoa.
Would it be able to, if we defeated whatever was changing these things, would they all turn back into whatever they were?
Grace, can I make an Arcana check to see if that...
Yes, go for it.
Well, if we're fighting, where do we have friends that we can call on? He says in the meantime as May.
Yeah.
Does her thing.
May. You think likely not. It seems like these are spells that are set up and sent on their way.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. As far as I understand it, I mean, once they're changed, they're changed until they die, obviously. But so I don't think it's I don't think it's something that's sustained by someone, if that makes sense.
Then it is much more like a siege. And it would benefit these people greatly to gather in one place away from whatever these things are and wait until whatever's producing them can't, and then take care of what has been created. But as long as we keep fighting the things that are created, I don't know that we'll make very much progress if they can just keep making them.
Every time we've gone out, we've had to fight something terrible, and it's only getting worse. Here's the thing. A Fumarian ambassador was killed on their way here. We could convince Fumar to march onto Nero. I don't know what kind of forces they have or how effective they'd be, but maybe if they find out about this, they could send assistance. Maybe not an army, but help.
Well, that's a place on the peninsula next to the Blood Strait, yes?
Yeah. It's next to
Nexus.
South of the mountain. Volcano thing, whatever it is.
We don't really have as much of a reason to drag Marlbach or Nexus into this, but if there's an incursion, you know, in one of the sisters, I'm sure the rest can be convinced to offer something. And Quagrim, I don't want to be presumptive, but your people, would they be willing to help here?
He very slowly starts to smile. Just a very sad, somber smile. And he just goes,
Of course.
It's okay if not. They've been through a lot. And we don't even...
No, my people are not tired. They are angry. No, they will never grow tired.
Then
I am one of the weakest of my people.
That's scary.
Quinn literally takes a step back. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Yeah.
I feel like Quinn was about to hand May the cup of tea and then like staggered, and May was like.
I like to imagine Quinn is still like Quinn has completely forgotten about the tea and it's just like boiling over wherever it's at.
Also, Nick, if you want to bring your mic maybe even just a little bit closer, they say you're still kind of quiet. Or just like lean forward and talk into it.
Do you have Windows?
Yeah.
You might have. My mic does this all the time. If you go into your audio settings, you can raise your mic sensitivity.
yeah.
I don't want to
there's-
keep like being super close or like get the thing into my like frame.
Because otherwise you're sitting at like
yeah.
you're like.
Sorry.
Do I look silly? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I look stupid? Insane? No, I'm just kidding.
You're like no. You look great. You're beautiful.
Thanks.
Not in public.
Not involved, babe.
Okay.
So I think like didn't you all say though too that there's like these storms to the north? Wasn't that like kind of on our itinerary too?
Yeah. I think I think what we do is we show, because look, we could show up at Fumar and we could show up at Marlbach and we could show up at Nexus and we could be like, hey, we are gonna go get a bunch of people and bring them down and we're gonna save Nero. Or we could show up with an army already and say, hey, not an army, but a bunch of hard ass people, and roll up and be like, we're moving to Narrow. If you want to be on the right side of history, the right side of this, you'll come with us.
Do you think people will want to fight if their homes are also under threat? Because these threats are everywhere, right?
There's a lot of threats all over the place right now. But if these cities can spare anything, this is kind of the point. This is kind of the for lack of a better term, the nexus point. This is where everything's kind of flowing out of.
Just real quick, is this better for
Much
everybody?
better.
Yes, much better.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
What about the mages in this town?
That is what I was going to say. There are still all of the Bowerstone mages, and in the Lake District, a bunch of magic users who are, kind of pushed away by the town. If we can find a way to unify them.
So we appeal to the disenfranchised, the needy, the huddled masses.
That's a great way to put it.
What if we gave them a signal? What if we told them that when you see this signal in the sky or something, I don't know. If we tell them you'll see the signal, it's time to rise up.
We fought bats yesterday. What if it was like a big bat in the sky?
Oh, I can do that.
No,
Like
that's
some
okay.
some kind of signal.
Like a bat signal.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go. You can get like a light and kind of like shine it through me, and then
Yes.
like there'll be like this big bat in the sky.
Guys,
Right.
out of character. I
Right.
did just get an email from Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
He said he's going to fight us and kill us all.
Well,
He says we have to stop it.
No.
He said we have to
Okay,
stop.
I have a new idea. What if we go into the mage's dreams, and then in those dreams we go into the other dreams, and we just keep it's kind of like the sort of like weird Inception sort of thing.
Right.
can you go into
Sure.
a dream?
How do you?
No, I can't.
Oh,
But like with the hand.
Great
can,
solution,
so
though.
clearly it's possible.
That would be great.
but I mean, okay. Actually, what if we, did like ascending to Nimue
Yeah.
and tried to motivate her to get the mages together?
Yeah. I don't think it's a good idea to get them to start anything right now.
No, right.
Just lay low, but when we show up, we will have an army at your back.
They can pass messages with familiars.
Yeah.
I think, right? The familiars didn't trigger anything.
That's correct.
I think this can work.
Yeah. And additionally, if they can, get all of the people in the Lake District too, that would be huge.
But the mages are already viewed as disobedient and treated like children, and
Yeah.
how would this impact them positively? Why would they be incentivized to do this with us?
If I could modify your sentence, Quagrim, they are treated unfairly and unjustly by the current regime.
Right.
Here is the thing. Magic has always been a little bit weird in Nero. It's, but this is not how people in Nero act. Neighbor not trusting their neighbor, that is antithetical. There is something going on, like, at...
Oh. Ooh.
They're disempowering the strongest people. The most strongest group in this population are the mages.
The mages are who should be turned to with this crisis.
Right.
Well,
They're-
if we thought about it like in terms of like social dogma or class, maybe. The bourgeoisie would be destructive and fomenting unrest in the proletariat, and the proletariat is the actual.
Pilgrim, what did they teach you in that grove?
We were just talking, about government and things. I learned how to speak a lot better.
Are we asking the mages to fight monsters, or are we asking the mages to overthrow the city and build a new one, a better one that includes them? Because they might show up for the latter.
Both.
Based on what you're saying, May, it was that way. It was accepting of the mages. And this, what we have now, is what's strange.
I mean, we could talk to the people. We could talk to the people that are here and just get an idea of what their opinion is of the mages.
May, you seemed to know this chakra person and their spawn. What are they? Are they part of the guards that would be keeping the mages bound? And if so, is there a way you could speak to them and understand why?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Chaka is a part of the guard, so they might know, but they're not high up. But we can ask.
How high up would we need to go to instigate change?
I don't know really, but it seems that the guards here didn't know anything about what was going on. So I have no reason to think that they could.
I think we've got to do something, and we got to do it quick. Because I feel like we're kind of losing stuff, and like we helped those people the other day with the potions, but that's only kind of like a temporary thing, and I don't like to think that they are still stuck here. So I would like to do something, and do something rather quickly about this, because I don't like leaving people kind of in bad states, and if we need to cause a mage revolution, then I say let's do it.
Quinn, can I ask DG something?
Sure. I pull out DG.
Hello, grumpy one.
Okay. When you were in the building, the council building,
Yes.
were there any markings on the ground or in the stone, or not like regular writing, but like May will get out some stuff and kind of from her memory draw the sort of twisted kind of version of runes that she saw in Brent's tower. Anything sort of like this anywhere?
Not that I could see. One thing I noticed that was different. I went to look at the Long Dark just for old time's sake, and it looked like it was never there. Until I went closer and I put my feet through it, and the Long Dark was still there. But it looked like there was no Long Dark anymore, like it was just floor.
Okay, so there is an
the
illusion.
long dark.
Sounds like a way in.
The
Yeah.
Long Dark, yeah. Yeah, oh, sorry, it's a portal from Lachlan's Rest into Nero.
So we run to Lachlan's Rest, and we have our way in to the Capitol building.
Sounds like Lachlan's Rest is a staging area.
It might
Yeah.
be where some kind of mastermind or something could be, or could be just our way in. Either way.
I'm curious to see how Lachlan's Rest is now. We've been gone for some time, and a lot has happened.
I've never been, so I would be really excited to see it.
I think as far as a course of action, I think what we should do is we should head up to the Wild Magic Storms, free Quickern's people, come back down here. Okay, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Okay,
First,
We
let's go
need
see
an
Alistair.
itinerary.
itinerary. Yes,
That's it. Yes.
meet out. Run into Alistair.
Yeah.
See what his situation is.
Yep.
Stop at Lachlan's Rest.
Yep.
Stop at Marlbach.
Yep.
Up to the Wild Magic Storms.
Yep.
Back down to recruit the sisters.
Yeah, well, maybe during transit we can start talking to Nimue and maybe your mom for Robak.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe if we're lucky, we could steal that flying ship thing. Make things go a little faster.
Well, on the way back down, maybe. I mean, yeah, that's true.
Recruit the sisters. Take back the
And-
council building.
We also have friends in Asteria.
True.
Okay, but first, I think we need to take it step by step. So, go to see the alienist.
All right. I'm gonna real quick on my notes write this down. Out of character.
Yes.
So numbered list. 1. Meet with alienist. 2.
DG, that word you used, itinerary. It's like a schedule,
Oh,
like a right? Is it? I'm asking. I'm
oh,
asking.
I thought it meant a snack. I heard them
How's-
talking about it in the yelly room in the building I went to.
In the
Oh.
yelly room, they have an itinerary. Did they talk about what it was? What?
Something about executive action 2B point F3C.
2B.F3C is what you heard.
Really impressive.
You are the best of us, DG.
The
Okay.
best.
The best.
Thank you, big one.
Here's what I got. Meet with alienist. Go to Lachlan's Rest. Rotor.
Yep.
Rebooting.
Keep going.
Go to
Shutting
Marlbach.
down.
Rebooting.
Up to the Wild Magic Storm. Talk to Nemwe on the way back. Return to the sisters to recruit help. Retake Narrow.
That
Easy.
sounds like a really good plan.
Easy. Do it in an afternoon.
Let's go. Let's go.
Are we sure doing all of that is going to go as quickly as we're hoping?
Probably not.
No.
It's probably going to take. It's going to take a little bit at least to get up there.
Right.
Yeah, Quagram has like a very small piece of paper in his hands. He's like 2
B. Point.
Point F3C.
C. What? May, what do you know what that means?
I I have no idea.
I know there are letters and numbers,
Well,
and then
yeah,
and
I
a
mean,
period.
okay, great, yes.
Right? No. I mean, that's all I know about them. That's all I'm saying. Is like I really. This is
It sounds like some kind of like, you know,
like it's right. Like
ordinance or something.
wait,
I don't know.
I don't know what.
Maybe it's I pull out my loot, and I start trying to like figure out how you can read it as a chord, and then it takes me 25 minutes, but I realize it doesn't really read as a chord. And everyone painstakingly watch. You ever watch somebody like try to learn a song on the guitar, and it's like taking way too long, and it's very obvious that they're not going to figure it out?
I
That's kind of
live
what
that all the
That's-
time.
That's what Quinn does.
Beautiful.
Okay, so, okay. 2B.F3C. Well, we can think
We
about
could ask
that.
Chaka.
Yeah, that is true. It also might. So, what I'm worried about with the council building is if everyone is falling back there. So the transformations that, like, you know, that they use to corrupt things, it takes blood. So what I'm worried about is they are gathering people for a mass slaughter. You know?
Do we distract them?
Well,
Should
I
we
think
go-
that
We're doing the alienist, and then Lachlan's rest.
yeah, maybe we should focus on that. It might not hurt to ask Chaka if we see them about this to be point every F alienist Lachlan's rest. Okay, well, you're
Right.
yeah. I mean, you're doing good. You've come a long way.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I
We
mean,
can talk about
spelling things phonetically is.
Yeah, I mean that's a big step. We'll talk about it later.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's fine. So I guess we're going now to the alienist.
Yeah,
Oh
let's
wait.
go.
If Chaka's still here, can we ask about that thing really quickly?
Sure.
Okay.
It might also be good to talk to them about what plans are for the barricades.
Right. Okay. I'm hungry.
And Koigrim stands up and like goes out and is gonna grab food,
Sure.
and then try and find Chaka.
Koigrim, as you mill around downstairs, noticeably more people gather in the great room. Kind of now almost like fish, like seeing.
Yeah.
They kind of equate seeing you around with like food is imminent.
He kind of like nods to himself. He's like,
Right.
and he gets to work cooking.
Wonderful. The rest of you are looking for Chaka now? Or do you wait for Koigrim and so you're all together? I don't know.
I think we might as well just like
Just
do it.
go for it, yeah.
Start going.
Yeah, Chaka is not hard to find. They are just outside the building, kind of milling around with some other guards. They kind of see you as you approach. Oh, everyone. Good work yesterday. I'm glad you showed up when you did.
Thanks. We just kind of did our part.
Well, if that's your part. Good work. That's all I mean.
So we have a question. If you know something about, you might, have you ever heard of executive action 2B.F3C? That's kind of a long shot, I guess, but what
Well,
is Chaka's rank? Do I know that?
Chaka is just kind of like a soldier.
Just a yeah, okay. That's
They
okay.
have a rotating position throughout the city, so well, if I remember correctly, I believe that there were some negotiations about reaching out to the Ember Enclave It might have been that action item, but I'm hardly a good resource for whatever goes on in the council building. It's a little above my pay grade.
Reaching out to them for help with this?
Yes. Almost the entirety of Nero's army is at the breach.
Yeah.
We weren't really prepared for this.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, if this is what the city is like, I can only imagine what it's like out at sea.
Do you know what the plans are for the people? Are they consolidating somewhere or just holding at the barricades?
Make a persuasion check.
Great.
Rough.
3.
That's also a little above my pay grade, I'm afraid.
Um,
It's good to see you again, May. Look,
yeah, you too.
do you have, I assume, that most of the guard that you've encountered are not aware of your skill set.
Well, it's not like I go around announcing it. Yeah.
It might be a good idea just to keep it on the down low.
Yeah, so how long has that been going on?
Well, tensions were rising in the city for about the past year, but with the assassination of the ambassador, or kidnapping, as they're saying, nothing's been proven.
Yeah.
Suspicions just exploded. It's been like this for almost a month.
Why would the mages want to kill the Fumar ambassador?
Well, I can't say I understand all of the political mumbo jumbo, but because signs of magic use were found at the site of the attack, and because magic is becoming more of a hotly debated item in the council now, there are speculations of all kinds that it was a grab for power, meant to disrupt negotiations. I understand loosely that the talks are for unification, so the idea of having a shake-up in how decisions are made, and having those decisions made by people from other cities, maybe they just wanted to disrupt the talks so that nothing would change for the worse. But, and they kind of lean in close. I don't think that I buy it.
Doesn't make sense to me.
There
That's
have
not
been
a good
strange
enough
things
motive.
happening. You're right. Strange things have been happening. People changing, lashing out, becoming angrier, more paranoid.
Anything that you could share?
It's just in the air. Can't you feel it? Since you've been here?
Yeah, I've felt a lot of things here.
I'm sorry. I'm sure it must have been a shock. Your father.
Yeah.
It is good to see you again. I'm sorry that it's all business.
Everything is now, it seems.
But we fight today, so it won't be that way forever.
Well, I'll say this. I think that you're right. I think that it doesn't make sense for it to have been the mages here. And I think that now more than ever, the people in Nero need their neighbors. All of them. And it might be good to remind people of that.
You might be right. People have been just keeping to themselves more and more. You can practically feel the resentment festering. Just no one talks like they used to.
I think that is by design.
Do you know something about all this?
We have been chasing things around, trying to figure out what's going on. I think, well, there are people trying to divide everyone. This happening now is not an accident. I think the divisions in Nero are on purpose.
Mm.
How discreet or like what's the level of discretion in this room right now?
So
Are there a
you're
bunch of people in here?
outside the building at this point. Chaka has kind of like wandered away from the group of guards that they were with, but there are emptier areas if you're wanting to kind of take a walk.
I'm just gonna kind of lean in over May's shoulder and just say, Chaka, let's just say it's safe to assume that the people in the council building do not have Nero's best interests at heart.
Anything you'd care to elaborate on?
Can I get an insight check?
Sure.
Can I make an insight check on her? On
They
them,
are gonna
sorry.
no, you're good. They are gonna make one on you as well.
Everybody's sizing everybody up.
Oh my goodness.
They lock eyes with you. You're both peering at each other, and there's a moment where it kind of just clicks into place, like, you're cool. And it appears like you both kind of have that realization at the same time.
This is gonna sound crazy.
I fought a dragon with 6 eyes yesterday.
There's an organization in Terminus made up of people, well, made up of creatures from outside of here that are trying to get rid of the boundaries that exist between our world and every other world around us, and bring to us this new terrifying city that will destroy everything that we know and love. One of those people, as far as we're aware, is in the council building.
Yeah.
I see. Don't tell me any more.
Understood.
Just, you never know.
Yeah, fair enough. We have to go somewhere else
Mm-hmm.
in order to take care of another one right now.
Mm.
When we come back, we'll have reinforcements.
So we just need to hold on until then.
We were kind of hoping that you could maybe talk to those who have been affected by everything that's been happening. Assuming you can move freely.
I can, relatively.
You'll know when we come back.
How?
You'll know.
It won't be quiet.
All right.
When it seems right, it's right.
I will keep my intuition in check.
And don't accept any dream offers.
Yeah, big one.
Yeah,
Mm.
you know, just nothing in dreams, you know.
Noted. Yes.
Any other vague things we can say?
I'm trying really hard not to say anything too specific, but we will be back.
Is there anything that I can do while we're here besides communicate with people within the city?
We'll check in every now and then. Just keep us posted. I turn to May. I turn to everyone else. I can't really think of anything else that would be immediately helpful. Oh, also, I'm an ambassador from I'm an ambassador from Asteria.
Nice to meet all of you. Yes.
Yeah, these are my servants. I'm the ambassador, but not as important as me.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm back in the building doing that.
Sure.
I'm the dog.
It's my pet dog. He's made of rocks right now, but sometimes he's a dog.
He's a rock dog. Sometimes he's a rock lobster, but that's a different.
That's
Sometimes
different.
he's a bat.
It's a very different thing.
Every day I think I'm not going to see anything new, and then something new just waltzes right in. And for the first time, as they're kind of saying this, their eyes land on Nova. Are you here for your kinsman?
What kinsman?
Koshik. That was his name. He's at Blockade 2, where I came from.
Don't mention I'm here.
Sure. Will do. Then just so you know, Red Dragonborn, if you're looking for someone to avoid. He's hard to miss.
Unfortunately, I'm sure my presence has been taken note of, and he's probably going to hear about me, but I think we're also planning on going away for a bit, so...
Well, word has not been
But we'll be
traveling
back.
quickly. I'll give you that much.
Okay.
And especially Blockade 2. If you do make it through there on your way out, when I left, tensions were just about boiling over. There have been imposters among the refugees. Or at least, that was the rumor. And infighting has grown. Talk of something called a skin stealer. I was a little glad to get out of there.
Where is Blockade 2?
It's further into Midtown, towards the council building.
Okay, well, we're going to go, but...
If you make it there and are looking for a place to rest, just be aware they might not let you in.
So, right, sorry, what I mean is we're going to leave the city.
Right.
But I guess I would say do everything you can to keep tensions from boiling over.
I'll try.
guess we'll collect Koigrim and
Yeah. Would I be? I think I'd be about finished
Yeah.
making stuff, so I'll pop out the front of the building and kind of like look around and
just
see him.
real quick when we like scan, like, is Maddie clearly visible around, or
Maddie is kind of wandering around a little bit, yeah. He's available if you want to grab him.
I just want to say goodbye real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I just approach him and say, "Hey, we're gonna leave. We're leaving. I don't think we're gonna be back for a long time. A while. I don't know how long. It's gonna be a while."
All right. I'll miss you. Please be so careful. Write if you can.
Kind of living
I
in
don't
a war
know.
zone. I don't know about mail.
Yeah, I mean, that sounded stupid coming out.
It's okay. I mean, okay. Well, just be safe.
I will. I've been wondering if if it might be feasible to get out of the city. It seems like the closer we get to the city center, the worse things are. I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do.
You might be able to get out. I don't know. It might not be safe at all. Moreover, it might not be safe anywhere, any other cities. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I just don't like the thought of sitting here. A lot of us died. A lot of our friends died. I don't want to just sit behind a wall.
Whatever you choose to do, I know you can do it.
Maybe
You've
I'll
always-
head.
You've always helped people, so
You inspired me. I think if I could do what you do, I could do a whole lot more. But I've got what I've got, so I'm gonna do the most with it. Maybe I'll go to Lakeside. See what's happening. We haven't heard anything. No one has.
Addie, that's a good idea.
I'll tell my parent and maybe head out today or tomorrow.
You can talk. She like kind of like gets in and like lowers her voice. If you can talk to the mages there in Lakeside, they might be able to do something. But we're coming back, and we're gonna come back with help. So wait for us. You'll know. We'll reach out to you and let you know what the signal is gonna be.
Okay. Are there any... Do you have any mage friends?
You're my only friend, Maddie.
I just wonder if it would be better if I could bring a magic user with me.
Well,
First
actually,
of all, ow.
do-
No, I'm just kidding.
have you ever met a guy called Theon?
I've heard the name.
Okay, well, we met once. Theon's a magic user, right?
He is,
okay.
and he's here, strangely.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
He is here at this blockade. Yeah. He's here. He's here at this blockade. He would probably go with you. I think he wants to help too.
All right.
Tell him you know me. And be careful. The city is crazy. Try to take a long way around.
I'll do that. Yeah. Okay.
And don't. If anyone reaches out to you in your dreams and offers you something, don't take it. And if you see L, don't.
Okay.
Okay.
When I see you. He reaches out and pulls you into a hug.
Yeah, she'll hug. You really helped me, Maddie.
I'm glad. You really helped me too.
Bye.
See ya.
She'll join everybody outside.
Cool.
Okay.
To the alienist then?
What I miss? Sorry, got pulled away by hungry folks.
So the executive action is something about reaching out to the Emperor Enclave. That's like an organization of people who fight demons, kind of. I
Okay.
don't really know a lot about it, but that's
That's not a bad direction.
I think it's a great
Probably-
direction.
Well, it depends on who's asking for it, I guess, doesn't it? Regardless, generally sounds like a positive thing. Okay.
And I think that's it.
Okay.
Should we get going? There's so many threats. The longer we stay, kind of opening up new things that are going to keep us stuck. And I'm sure Boy Grimm's ready to see his family again.
Yeah.
Right.
So you all depart for the alienist. It's not quite back the way you came, but kind of like parallel to where you are now. I guess, well, right now, this area seems pretty calm. You do hear distant sounds of struggle and fighting, but not here. As you make your way to the Shaw residence. As you arrive, it is a large kind of white mansion, larger than any of the other houses in Bowerstone. There is a clearly marked rune over the front door, but the lights are on inside the house.
I think this was before you joined us, Johnny. This was like right before you joined us, but this guy is like, he's like an explorer, like researcher, who was planning an expedition up to the Wild Magic Storms, and we're kind of just coming here to see if we can maybe link up with him and go with him, but I'm beginning to think he might be locked down.
Well, if is he a mage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then, yeah.
Well, he might not be able to go, but he might offer some kind of support.
Maybe.
That's true. Does the little thingy up there get mad if you just open the door?
Yeah, if you go in or out, but we can just scratch it. Rubicon did before.
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh yeah, and also his wife's connected to the hand.
Yeah, also, yeah. And his daughter
Oh.
as well.
Thank you, mortal.
Okay. So is he a good person or no?
We don't know.
He's not nice, but if he has some kind of insight or, aid that he could offer us, What he cares about is his research. That's it.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. I could see how someone who's only dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge could be a little amoral. Okay. Sure. Then I'll just be here then, I guess. So this seems like a you two thing. All right.
Well, I mean,
Does he know you, May?
okay, so that's going to come out. Maybe, but his daughter and I were an item for a couple of years.
Really?
So well,
Just the biggest toothy grin. Just
maybe
no.
she'll look at Koigram. It did not end well, and then she'll look at Quinn, and I do not want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry it didn't end well.
Did it end badly in a way where he might have bad feelings about you?
I think that he probably barely noticed me.
Okay.
And if anything, I might have just been a hindrance to his daughter's studies.
Okay.
But if we're going to where he wants people to go, that might not matter.
Okay. I don't
And
really
that-
care about someone's morality as long as it's useful at this point. So let's scratch out that rune and
Yes.
and then Rubicon, are you wanting to scratch it out, or do you
Oh,
want
I
me
can
to
do that.
use my glaive to just?
Yeah, if you want to use your glaive, you can do that. That way you can reach it, and I don't have to like. I'm kind of small.
All right, and yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just use my glaive, scratch it out, and then
Sure.
just
Easy.
big solid knock on the door.
A few seconds pass, and then who is it? You hear a voice from the other side of the door.
Hi. We met at your symposium a few months ago. I was just wanting to ask you some questions about your expedition to the Wild Magic Storms. Got some support.
Oh heavens. Ugh. You hear like the sounds of things knocking and being unlatched and like unbolted, and the door kind of cracks open, and you see the face of what's probably a butler, like a older kind of gentleman with like a handlebar mustache and this wiry sort of frame. What's
I'm sorry.
this now? My hearing isn't quite the best.
Hi, I'm here to speak to the alienist. I'm hopefully a sponsor for his expedition up north.
You're here on behalf of the guard. We've been expecting you. Please, you're late. Come in.
Okay.
He kind of
All right, yeah. Mhm.
throws the door open wide.
I just turned back to everybody like.
You all enter, unless any of you choose not to, but you all enter into a lavish, gold embellished,
Oh, this guy.
like, kind of home. There is like a light harp music that appears to be like playing from some distant room. The butler kind of stands off to the side. Please wipe your feet. Kind of gesturing to a mat on the floor.
She'll kind of like lean to Koigram Maywell and be like, you could maybe see why they might not like me that much. You know.
he like pauses and then kind of grins slightly and goes,
They seem more tightly wound than you've ever been.
Yeah.
The butler kind of craning his head off to one of the other hallways, one of many through this hall, this like great hall that you're now entered in. Oh, madam, your guests have arrived.
Oh, sorry, we're here to see the alienist.
Oh, you are here for the gentleman directly.
That was the hope, yeah.
From another room. What was that, Codsworth?
They will just kind of like turn away.
Quagram will just kind of like slowly inch himself in front of May. Between her and the voice.
Nothing, madam. Never mind. I do not wish to disturb. She has a dreadful temper. This
Oh.
way. He kind of clasps his hands and proceeds down one of the hallways, kind of leading you all. And as he walks with you all,
Do we pass by where her voice came from?
no, you go in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Now, do not look the master in the eye, be respectful at all times, and do not, under any circumstances, mention his daughter or his son. Knocking at the chamber door. Sir, you have visitors from the city. And he kind of like trundles away. After a couple seconds, the door kind of swings open. If I can find our dude. And the alienist opens the
Haunting.
door.
Hello, sir.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. I'm actually. Thank you for recognizing me.
I rarely forget a fate. You keep interesting company. His eyes have notably landed on May.
May is just looking off to the side.
Quagram like takes like the additional step to get her out of his eyesight and like holds his hand out and goes,
Nice to meet you. My name is Quagram.
Professor Shaw. He kind of takes a... he shakes her hand and then takes a handkerchief and wipes his hand.
We were actually hoping to inquire about the status of your expedition. We were hoping to join up pro bono and do some exploring ourselves.
Then I see you have not spoken with my wife. That is perhaps a good thing. Please come in. Kind of stands off to the side and gestures you all to come inside. Closes the door behind you. You all are looking to travel to the Wild Magic Storms, is that right?
Yes.
For no payment.
Pro bono.
Why?
Hi, I haven't, I'm kind of new here. I'm Rubicon, by the way. Hi.
Interesting.
You have a nice home, too. This is the biggest home I think I've seen, or the cleanest.
What
Maybe
is your
both.
make?
I'm made of, like, people keep saying I'm made of stone, and there's, like, plant matter in between that acts as kind of like fibers for, like, muscles, as people would tell me. But I would just say the safe answer is, like, stone and plants is what I'm made of. But yeah, I was just kind of wanting to go on this expedition because I haven't seen the world and I kind of just want to like get out there and I've heard people talk about how interesting the storms are and I just kind of want to go see that.
I've
sense
never
of
been
wonder.
more frustrated that I could not run a diagnostic than I am right now. This would be fascinating.
Oh, well, we can diagnostic later.
very gently, Quagram leans down to Quinn's ear and just kind of goes,
Forthcoming should I be.
I assume we're. I mean, can I get an insight check on this fool?
Yeah, sure. His eyes have passed to Nova, and he's beginning to say, "You are quite a long way from home, if I'm not mistaken." Go right ahead and make that insight.
Booey.
I want Nova to kind of like, with her hand almost kind of lightly on Rubicon's shoulder, because of the height difference and everything, it wouldn't even firmly rest. Position herself like slightly in front of Rubicon, and just be like, you have a group of people who are strong and who know how to navigate and who could get information, wanting to go someplace for free that you're going to have a difficult time finding people who want to go there. Let's just figure out how to go there. It's for everyone's best interest.
You make a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
And Quinn, with your insight, what were you looking for?
I'm trying to see if this guy's cool or if he's gonna rat us out or if he's.
I am not persuasive.
A dirty one.
31.
Incredible.
Don't see those often.
No, I do not.
The alien seems very guarded. He looks almost like inconvenienced to see May. And his eyes betray like interest, but also extreme guardedness.
Mm-hmm.
As he kind of responds to Nova. Yes, an offer that seems quite too good to be true, especially with the timing. It's quite interesting, but I would like, of course, to discuss this. I just am quite curious what it is you all would be getting out of this besides absorbing earthly wonders and seeing new things. Most people opt for skydiving or expeditions at sea to get their thrills.
Well, we're not necessarily thrill seekers. I'm sure that's come across very clear. We're soul seekers, is what we are. But I'm sure someone of your discretion understands the need to be a little guarded about what their intentions are, especially given the fact that, you know, some folks can be compelled to speak on things that they may not necessarily want to share.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say this. We have goals, and we can discuss those goals when we are en route, if that works better for you. Or you can leave our great many resources, which are willing to help, genuinely, and try to figure it out on your own.
When would you be looking to leave?
Immediately.
Yes. Allow me to pack my things. I'll be 7 minutes. He very abruptly just walks out of the room.
Ah, damn.
A couple of minutes pass.
How many?
1 minute and 45 seconds.
Really?
Before Codsworth the butler returns. Perhaps it would be best if you were to wait outside. The household may be getting tense in a moment.
Oh, I don't mind.
Rubicon, they might mind. Come.
Oh, did they ask us to leave?
I think they're asking us to leave.
Essentially.
Just before we, well,
You had 1 minute and 45 seconds in the study alone.
yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, is there anything familiar, just at all, even remotely? This
I
guy's an
just-
explorer. He's seen
I
a lot of
just
the world.
want to make an investigation check after he steps out, of his any what's immediately on his desk, and whatever he was working on at the time, and see if there's anything that we can glean just real quick.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Yes.
Okay. So on one desk, you see a variety of alchemical ingredients. On another, you see what looks to be some sort of rough graph of the plains, like a map of the plains. And it looks like he has traced orbit lines through the maps.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
The alchemical ingredients could I make a quick arcana check to see if they are kind of what he might be trying to concoct with them?
Yeah. With your investigation, I think that's fine. It looks like you've seen these ingredients used in disguise-based magic. With the ingredients here, you could intuit that perhaps he was trying to figure out a way to cast some sort of disguise spell without casting any magic.
Yes, that makes sense.
And trying to get it to work without the battery, if that makes sense.
Yep. Okay. And as we I guess hear somebody jiggle with the door, May is just gonna feign
Quick act natural.
naturalness. Yeah.
Yeah, Quinn.
I am going to do an old classic.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to remove DG from my pocket.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I'm doing this with the knowledge that we're about to get kicked out.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think I would do that until I knew we were going to get kicked out. So I don't think I'd do it yet.
Okay.
Smart.
Yeah. Because otherwise that's kind of meta.
Sure.
So you could do it as we're exiting the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that would require some surreptitious rolling.
Perhaps. As you all, if there's nothing else that you'd like to do in your 1 minute and 45 seconds of privacy.
I have something.
Yeah, go for it.
So we're here primarily because he has an airship.
No.
No.
Or okay.
He was
No.
planning an expedition up north,
Okay.
and we were hoping to
Is
get
it-
in on it.
Expedition on foot.
Most likely.
As far as we know right now, yeah.
It looks that way.
His mode of transport wasn't clear.
Is there I want to look for anything that would basically allow us if there was a map or document or something that was here is our expedition trail, or this is the exact path we're
Ooh.
going.
Yeah.
Just take it and be we don't need him anymore.
Okay.
Mm.
Make an
Alright.
investigation check.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
about you
Let's
guys.
go.
I don't know about you guys, but I kind of don't want to get stuck with this dollar store Lucius Malfoy looking dude.
7.
Well, but he knows a lot of stuff about the
Oh,
planes. You know,
Hey.
specifically what we're doing.
Yeah, but he's just so creepy looking, dude.
Nova, I see you. What are you doing over there? Why are you going through his stuff?
Trying to find a map so we don't have to live with him for the next
Are
however
you
long
only
this
friends
takes.
with me because I'm not creepy
Oh.
looking? I don't understand.
You want to cut him out?
I don't get good vibes. He wants to experiment on you. This isn't
Oh, is that what a diagnostic is?
30 seconds.
All right, do you want to help me look? We don't have
Yeah,
much
let me see if I can help.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh,
Is there any
Investigation is
evidence
fun.
that he has any knowledge of, or of my people?
60.
I think that's my main thing.
Make an investigation check, Koigrim.
I'm gonna give Koigrim Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, spicy.
Okay.
We're well. It only lasts 10 minutes. 19 total.
Okay. So, first, Rubicon and Nova. Yes. So you find like a case that has like some maps curled up. It looks like there are a few different routes that are outlined. There's like 3 different maps of the same region with different paths all through them. And they're all in like a tube. Koi Grim, you do not find anything about orc tribes.
Cool. So he just wiped his hand because he thinks I'm a dirty, dirty orc. Great. Yeah.
That's why I'm not super excited to travel with them. Do we want to just take these maps and go?
The map with the planes and the orbits marked out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like any more specific detail than that?
There are little like arrow markings along the orbit lines.
Is it
And-
like all of the planes, or is it like a specific set?
It's all of the planes.
Okay.
It looks like a map of the multiverse,
Sure.
or like a perspective map of the multiverse. And there is an X, kind of near the Feywild. Along the
Okay.
orbit line.
Yeah. I don't want to. Well, I guess we're taking shit.
Just commit it to memory.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bag of
I'll just-
You
holding.
can never. Yeah.
The bag of holding is open.
If this guy wants to experiment on me, I don't really want him around. I'd rather not. have
You
him.
all, everyone saw his face, right?
This feels very mean.
You all have
Just-
1 round to decide what you want to do. 6 seconds.
Oh my god! I just any on the desk with like the map. If there's any books on like planes and shit like that, any if it, like his personal notebooks or anything.
Not immediately on the desk.
Okay, just I don't want to like stretch what I can do in that time, but like May is looking for like research notebooks too, like specifically what he's been working on lately.
Okay. 1 last investigation check, and then
Okay.
if you want to use your bonus action to take it and put it in the bag, whatever you find.
16.
Okay. One thing that you notice is that it doesn't look like there's anything particularly precious on any of the open shelves here. No personal notebooks, no nothing, just kind of like academic books and resource type stuff. There is a large leather-bound book with information on the planes that it appears like he's the primary author of.
He's the primary author of it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Take it.
Do it.
Throw it in the bag real quick.
Wonderful.
Yeah, maps in the back.
God, we're stealing.
Maps in the bag, books in the bag. Anybody else want to take anything? Keychains, pens.
Wagram looks visibly uncomfortable.
Does he have any of those little like coin pouches, like the little like
Like a coin purse?
the little squeezy coin things?
No, not in here.
Okay.
Doesn't look like it. We good?
Okay. Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
we're good?
Okay. As Codsworth the butler arrives back in the study to usher you all out, I think we'll take our bio break. We ran a little bit over. We'll come back to it. I know, Quinn, you wanted to maybe do something depending.
Yeah.
Are we
As
ready to jump right
we-
back into it?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
Right, sorry, let me get back into my native tongue. Are we ready to go? Jump right back into it.
Jump into it.
Jump into it.
Huh.
Jump. So, you all are escorted back to the front door. Yes, Quinn.
I would like to surreptitiously drop my boy on the floor
All
so I
right.
can listen in on this conversation.
Okay. Wonderful. Beautiful.
What do you need from me?
A stealth check for the boy, please.
Stealth check for the lad.
A boy check, please.
Okay, here's a boy check. I forgot I needed to pull him up.
Yo, is there a boy check happening right now?
There's a
That's
boy
good
check.
point. I need to pull up
Oh,
my own boy.
God.
I just googled Fable.
Check.
I should Google Raven.
Oh my god. You type in rat in the fucking in the search bar and it pulls up everything with the letters RAT in that order. And turns out there's a lot. All right, here is a stealth check from boy. Yep, it's just a +0.
Yeah.
All right.
So boy is doing his boy thing. As you all are kind of escorted through the house and the front door is closed on you. Are you looking through DG's eyes?
Once I'm outside, then I'm gonna put a hand on Koigrim's shoulder. And look through DG's eyes.
Okay. So DG, kind of underneath one of the sofas in the like entry hall, sees Alistair kind of come down the stairs. He has his little like backpack on. Looks equipped to travel. His long hair is kind of like tied back in a ponytail. He kind of like does this
Oh,
and like heads for the front door. Darling, where are you going? You hear from the other room. One of the runes in Bowerstone was messed up again. I'm going to fix it. All right, well, I'm working on some tea, so come back whenever you're ready. Come back soon. Without a word, he exits and steps out. And moments later, the lady of the house emerges from the hallway, a dark expression on her face. Let me just grab her really quick.
yeah. Can we see this terrifying visage? Oh, good.
Camilla
God.
Shaw comes around
Every
the hallway.
HOA president in America.
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like
She would throw a fit in a Starbucks.
Oh.
this.
Do you know who my husband is?
She would have a tantrum and a potbelly.
She's the type of girl to go, do you know what rank my husband is?
Yeah,
If her
full
husband was
rank.
military. Yeah.
Oh my god. She toddles her waspy ass out into the entry hall. And her eyes immediately land on DG.
Hmm.
She walks toward him. She picks him up. Does DG do anything?
I send a message to DG to say fuck. I'm trying to remember off the top of my Quinn would not remember.
Wait.
Um
What are you going for?
I tell DG to say Sweetie wants to talk at midnight.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay. I will need a
Wicked.
deception check from DG at advantage because you
Where-
were helping him and because that's a good idea.
Ooh.
All right,
Wait,
well,
does
it is
DG
a-
know he's lying?
It can be persuasion. If DG,
It's
I mean,
the same. He does not have proficiency in either.
It's fine. Just advantage. It's fine.
you got advantage.
Let's fucking go!
That's a
You
natural
gotta be
20
fucking kidding me.
minus 3, which is 17.
Yes!
This fucking
Yo!
rat.
Oh my god. Okay.
This rat is the best addition to the party. I pale in comparison. Nova, Rubicon, I'm sorry. We are all just side characters to the
Yeah,
main
this is
theme.
the DG show.
Yep.
Wow.
Fucking shit, dude.
He squeaks the
Holy-
words out. Her look of surprise is quickly overcast by like a knowing smile. A new trick. She'll have some explaining to do. This one is interesting. And she drops DG and seemingly now forgetting that he was ever there, like floats off into a different hallway.
Let's go!
Let's go.
I immediately bamped DG.
Yo, that was so clutch.
That was quick thinking. Quick thinking, Quinn.
That was really good. So, you all outside the Shaw household. The alienist joins you. Oh. You're all still here. I take it the offer was genuine then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure?
Full disclosure. Well, partial
Most-
disclosure
Mm-hmm.
for now.
Let's walk and talk. The walls have
Okay.
ears. Kind of guiding you away from the house as this conversation begins.
Well, I don't think it'll get us in that much trouble except with you. We took the liberty of kind of grabbing some things that were essential from your office.
Nothing leaves my desk or shelves without my knowledge. I know.
Great.
Cool.
Oh, this guy.
Cool.
I'm kind of into this guy. I don't know what y'all are on about.
So these runes and stuff, that was you?
Yes. Who else would it have been?
I don't know. Someone else. So you're never mind. Walk and
You-
talk.
You put one above your own home?
Technically.
Hmm.
It
Did
looks
it
enough like
work?
one.
I noticed that we were let in pretty quickly.
Yes. Camilla has used her political ties to invite certain guests.
Hmm.
But trivial.
And you were the one who, so you locked all the other mages down.
Yes.
Okay. It's great, good spellcraft. Great spellcraft.
It's quite simple, really. It's just a simple rune magic. Beginners can do it.
Hmm.
So, do you think that they're the ones who killed the ambassador?
Likely not. I don't think the ambassador is entirely relevant. It seems all like a distraction.
Or
I assume it was likely a demon.
what?
A demon that killed them.
Probably. To stir the pot, cause trouble.
Sure. That makes sense.
Don't wait. Maybe I'm not tracking. Don't demons use fire, not ice?
Well, I think there are all kinds.
And in fact, new ones made from this realm.
Oh,
All sorts of laws have been broken recently, so why not that? And there are frozen lands in the hills, if I'm not mistaken.
So the expedition planning for that isn't going well, I take it.
Well, it's taken a bit of a turn now.
Yeah. Did you think you weren't going to be able to go?
Not for some time.
Hmm.
It didn't seem like good timing entirely with everything happening. But here we are.
Here we are.
So you said that all sorts of rules have been broken. Do you want to elaborate on that? Is that what we're going to investigate?
Monsters made from worldly creatures. Strange dreams, reports. I think it's all thanks to otherworldly invaders. I wouldn't be surprised even if the very breach itself was nothing more than a distraction.
Just want to do a quick insight check just to see, like,
Is this conjecture or is he like does he know something?
yeah, is he playing at just like guessing?
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
Could I throw mine in as well?
Yeah, please.
yeah.
9.
Go right
Pilgrim
ahead.
is right up in there as well. Yeah.
May, he's a little hard to read.
Yeah.
Koigrim, he's a little hard to read. Quinn,
That boy.
the walls are up with him for sure. And with the way that he's not looking at anyone and is kind of just like eyes glazed over, staring straight ahead, it looks like all he really wants to do is just walk and not interact or talk at all.
Okay.
And he's kind of just saying filler. You do get the idea that he's probably like holding back what he knows.
Just as we're walking, I'm gonna bamf DG back on my hat. Piece of cheese.
So you all are leaving the city now, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On our way to Lachlan's Rest,
Okay.
which, if I recall, is quite the journey.
It
It's a
is
couple of
about
Days.
it is about 3 days walk. Trying to think of, because you're around like Midtown now, so yeah, I mean, so he kind of leads you east around like the outer walls of the city. And nothing really disturbs you at this point, like here on the outer edges. And you all kind of make it out of the city with not much issue.
Okay.
Let's get the hell out of here. I hate this city.
So, I don't know, I guess, is there anything that you all wish to discuss with each other while you travel? Or anything you wish to do?
Where on the Terminus map is Lachlan's Rest?
It is north of Narrow.
Just a little bit, yeah.
I don't think it's on the.
It's not actually on
not
the,
on the big
map.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it next to like the tree line, kind of north, or is it just in the plains?
I think it's like in the plains.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I have some.
Yeah.
I would like to approach Nova. And just as we're walking, like maybe as we're like setting up camp, just kind of sidle up next to Nova and just say, "Hey, I couldn't help but notice. Sorry, I hate to be like eavesdrop or anything like that. But when we were talking to Chaka before we left, I couldn't help but notice that you were trying to avoid somebody in the city. Do you want to talk about that at all?"
I don't know who he is specifically, but didn't leave Slag on the best of terms, and I would just rather not be a topic of conversation, especially with someone who I don't know who he is or what he was doing there or his objective.
Best not to try it and find out.
I mean, we were already planning on leaving, so why stir up trouble with something that we're going to the Wildstorms, getting Hoygram reunited with his family, coming back. Good chance he may no longer even be there when we get back, or when we get back, there will be so much news with hopefully a successful overthrow, so to speak, that news of another Dragonborn in the city might be the least of his concerns, least of anyone's concerns at that point.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the nature of your business in Slag? Was it somebody hurt you?
I don't know how familiar you are with Dragonborn.
Not very.
None of them really look like me. My parents broke a lot of social protocols, and my father was a topaz and my mother was sapphire, and it is a very strong social role that you marry and have children within your same gemstones. My father actually somewhat innocently, his topaz happened to be a darker blue, and sapphires have a bit better treatment than topaz. And so he had kind of been passing in our society and didn't really intend to deceive my mother, or didn't really think through all the implications of everything. I'm not even sure exactly at what point he was fully aware of stuff, but my birth definitely made everything very evident. And so, in general, in Slag, anywhere I go, any room I walk in, I am not wanted there. There are people who would prefer me dead just because my existence is an insult to them. So, in general, I do try to, if it's not a Dragonborn I know, if it's not one who I'm on, I do have my relationships, I do have my friends, my family is incredible. My parents did everything in their power to ensure I felt loved and that they didn't think that there was a single thing wrong with me. But yeah, strange Dragonborn I tend to just avoid, especially because with one look, there's a good chance they'll know exactly who I am.
Well, sounds like you kind of got an opportunity here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Your reputation already precedes you.
I don't think there's a single thing I could do that would change what I am in the eyes of many people in that society. Not everyone. I honestly have a lot of sympathy for the mages right now, because when you're in a really strict structure, there's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of options. And even if you don't agree with something, there's not always a lot you can do about it. Hopefully Slag might look a little bit different one day. I know that there's other people who feel that way, but we're also all smart enough to know how much power would be required to change things. And that power isn't on our side at this time.
Well, sounds like there's a lot of injustice over there. I wouldn't be against trying to figure something like that out once all this is sorted.
I would love for you all to get to meet my parents, and they've never really seen me with a group of friends. It's usually more like an individual person that will kind of secretly hang out with me. And they would love to know that I'm actually out and doing well and making friends and not hiding in secret back corners or anything.
Well, I'm flattered you count us among friends already. I definitely counted you as one of my friends, but I understand. I mean, I get it, especially in this line of work. People tend to be a little distrusting.
Once you go through a few situations where we're all on the same side, making sure we're surviving fights, I consider their friendship in that. Haven't let me die.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I just wanted to check in, make sure there wasn't. This is kind of what I do. I do this to everybody, so I'm sorry if sounds like I'm prying. It is kind of prying, but
You're fine. I would love for all of us to get to know each other more. I feel like that's one thing I've kind of missed with this, is I was a little excited that I was feeling like I was forming a group of friends versus I've always, like I said, been like individual, like one-off kind of secret things. And the idea of like getting to all sit by a fire together and talk together as a group of friends. I know we're obviously dealing with some bigger things here, but maybe now that we're out of the city and we're going to be trekking a little bit, we can have some of those group times.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. And if you ever want to share anything with your story, I'd always be happy to listen.
Oh, I love talking about myself. Yeah, you don't have to try. You don't have to wrench that out of me. Let's. I like the idea of a fire, though. I'm gonna. Quinn kind of sets off and starts working on a fire.
Sure. Around this
Quinn,
time.
do you want me to make a fire for you?
Oh, yeah. I guess. I forgot you could do that.
No, I mean you can make it yourself if you want to.
Well, I mean it's easier. We either do it your way or you guys watch me struggle with it for an hour.
No, let's
watch them struggle.
Yes,
You can struggle. That's fine.
teach us the ways.
You never know. Maybe the odds will roll in your favor.
Yeah. I'm sure Quigrim can give you some pointers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a survival check.
Oh, jeez.
I will happily,
Pressure's
I will
on.
happily help, like genuinely give advice on how to do it correctly.
So,
All right, then make it with advantage.
all right, I'll just roll one more time.
There you go.
It takes just like a little second, but you get it going.
Okay. Quinn is like buckets of sweat.
Around this time, as you're all kind of here, the warm firelight glowing. Rubicon. Unit 2387. Propagate sample 48B.
Hello? What is that?
You saying this
Who's-
out loud?
Oh yeah.
You're right, Rubicon.
Yeah,
It's,
I heard that thing again.
Unit 2387.
Unit 2387.
Propagate sample
Propagate
28B.
Propagate sample 28B. Do we have a 28B sample, and can I propagate it?
May is just gonna turn back to the fire.
Is the alienist an earshot of all of this?
Roughly. He's not
Did
far.
he have any type of reaction to that?
His eyes are lifted and he's watching, but the eyes are the same kind of just dead, just mildly disinterested stare. Task escalated. Unit 2387. Propagate sample 48B.
Is there anything like does that spark anything in the old stone noodle? Is there anything that makes me I don't know. Any indication?
Not really.
Not really. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you explain what is sample 48B and how do I propagate it?
Error registered. Transmitting feedback.
Wait, you're transmit? That wasn't. That was a question. Hello?
Rubicon, can't you produce plants?
Oh yeah, I can easily do that.
Okay, why don't you try that?
Yeah. He'll just create like a bundle of like jasmine flowers on the ground.
Sure.
Is this what you want?
Silence.
I didn't get anything from it.
It was just a thought.
Maybe I need to do something a little more.
Well, are you particularly religious or anything?
Oh, I don't really know. I mean, I've learned a little bit about your all's like gods.
Oh, I wouldn't count myself among. Nah, no. But I know about it.
Yeah. I've learned a little bit, but I don't believe that
Sure.
like that. Or well, I don't know if that. I mean they could exist, I guess, but like if like I don't pray to them like some of
Yes.
the other people I've met do. I don't.
Likewise.
I haven't found that to be. I think a lot of people people do that. They pray to the gods because they like need things and like or they're hurting or they feel like there's a lot out of their control. But I've
Sure.
kind of found that like people have a lot of control over their lives and they can kind of make things happen themselves. They don't need gods.
I happen to agree with you.
Oh, cool.
Rogue
If
code.
you do like gods, I'm that's not a problem.
Rogue code detected. Purging
Rogue-
now.
What's a rogue code?
I'm not sure.
I heard that
May?
voice. It's saying rogue code purging now.
Error. Transmitting feedback.
Okay, it's trying to transmit feedback again. I don't. Do you think these are the people that made me trying to talk to me?
Well, I was going to compare it to the gods and clerics and things that seem to respond to them. But I mean, by the same token, it very well might be.
Yeah.
This is how a lot of people talk about receiving wisdom from their supposed greater force.
No.
I don't know that the Lord of Flowers ever directly talks into my mind very often, but
Oh, I'm not familiar with the Lord of Flowers. They sound really cool, though. Like, I like flowers too, so maybe I am religious. Maybe I do need to pray.
they're the reason my eyes are this color.
Oh, your god makes your eyes pink. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Your
I would
god
pray
gives
for
you
that.
pink eye.
They're le- they're less of a god and more of a highly powerful and intentional being, I guess.
Oh, so you all pray to both gods and just powerful people.
I met this person and made a deal with them. That's different than the relationship I hear most people
Right.
be with religions. I don't exactly
Well-
pray to him, I just sort of reach out.
If a person is powerful enough, how is that any different from being a god?
That is a philosophical question I have not the mind for.
Gods can't die, people can, right? Like that's kind of like
Yeah,
the big
but-
one.
Yeah, but like, I have a spell right now that brings people back from the dead. Does that make me a god?
Oh, you can do that too. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but if I were to kill you, you couldn't bring yourself back from the dead. So I think
that's
that
a
makes
good
you
point.
not a god.
Well, but also, who says that the god can't die?
Oh, I just assumed by their nature they couldn't die. At least in the sense that we die.
The alienist kind of snorts from where he's sitting.
Oh, do you know if you can kill a god?
There are no gods. That's silliness.
There are no gods.
No.
Oh, really?
I specifically remember a demon invasion, I don't know, a couple hundred years ago that would disagree with that.
Entities from other planes that are beings of immense power. Not gods as we think of them.
Well, the
Oh,
demon,
that's kind of how I thought of gods.
Then-
What? Yes, I guess what definition of a god are you subverting?
Almighty, all-knowing, immortal, creator of all things.
Yes, that does seem far-fetched.
Well, if they who created the gods then?
Probably some form of evolution. I imagine they created themselves over the course of millennia.
I met someone once who seemed to believe that we make them by our belief.
That's preposterous.
They seemed to be very strongly opinionated about it, but
The religious often are.
yes, I'm not, I'm only interested in helping my people. I think that's about it.
yeah, nobody here is like that.
No one here has a strong opinion about anything.
His eyes kind of fall back to the book that he was reading.
May is also like in her spell book.
Do you know if you have any like coding?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what computers are because I'm not sure if they exist in this world.
Well,
I mean,
Great question.
we all kind of have coding if we want to get really into it. But
Have you ever heard of JavaScript?
Have you?
I'm more familiar with
What about C?
Python,
C
but
sharp?
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
Or are you just full on machine code? Like what,
And then he just transforms into a giant python.
I think at some point in the evening, Koigrim would excuse himself to kind of go and try to find fresh food, whether that's foraging or hunting.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, you find like some rabbits and like you find some food. Fresh herbs and veggies, some root vegetables.
You know what goes good with a brace of conies? Some nice taters.
Nice taters.
noise tiger.
Mushrooms.
Taters, precious. Taters. Potatoes.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
I love the Fast and the Furious.
God damn it, you beat me to it. Ken, is it night? Is it like dark? Is it
Yeah.
like the sunset?
Yeah, night has fallen.
Can we see Nero from here still?
Yeah, far less than. There's far fewer lights than there would normally be,
No.
but you do see the city.
Upon noticing that, May will kind of like close her spell book and just like look towards the city.
Mhm.
Just like just looking out that direction.
Sure.
How long have we been together, like as a group? Do we have like a rough estimate?
Several months.
I was tracking it at some point, but
I've only been in the group maybe, what, a month and a half? I mean,
yeah.
I was in the Feywild for however long, right? But I don't think that really
Yeah.
counts.
How long has Nova and Rubicon been like a week?
I don't even think it's
week-ish.
been that long. I think it's been like 2 or 3 days. If
We've only
that.
had one long rest.
Yeah, it's not been long at all.
I think it's been more than one long rest. I think we at least
really
had
don't think
one
it
in
is.
We've
Asteria.
taken one long rest since.
We've only, and like you got to think, like we've only had
Really?
it of like maybe 4 sessions.
True.
Like
That's true, yeah.
it's not been long at all.
We've had at least 2 long rests with Nova and Rubicon because we
We did short rest.
Yeah, we've done several short rests.
So we met Nova, and then the next morning we met Rubicon, and then I think we stayed another night in Asteria before leaving for Nero.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that is true.
So
yeah.
we've known you guys, for like we've known you
Almost
for like
3
2
days.
Yeah.
3 days.
Nova retracts
Incredible.
her friendship statement.
Aw. You can be friends with somebody after.
We're
3
just
days.
fast.
A lot of
friends.
fights.
3 days of like living with someone and fighting
Yeah.
with them, that is like a
fast
friendship building
friends.
3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Team building exercises for sure.
Yeah. I meet somebody for like an hour at a burn. I'm best friends with that person. Like we
You
stand around
and Quinn.
me, Chris.
Yeah.
I go stand around a fire with somebody for half an hour, and it's like, oh, I will die for you.
Yeah, literally.
Lend me your sword arm, brother.
I literally like
Together we will
one of my
storm the-
best friends in like elementary, junior high school. When we first met, we beat the shit out of each other.
Hell yeah.
It just happens.
Amazing. So, is there anything else you all wish to do with your evening?
Put up the dome.
Chris really wants to fuck with the alienist, but it's not something Quinn would do. The guy's a fucking narc.
He is totally a narc, though. Alright.
Yeah. May will, like, when it seems like everybody's ready, May will put up the dome.
Sure.
The
The alienist puts up his
dome.
own dome.
Yeah, that's fine. He can't come into ours.
Cool.
Well, I didn't want to go to your dome anyway.
I send DG to fart in his dome.
Amazing.
I don't actually.
If we put our
That was a
domes
joke.
together,
I'm gonna imagine it.
we could make like one long super dome.
So much room for activities.
No.
They'd both have to stay in their own dome.
Also, it would look like a butt.
Or boobs.
Okay, I'm
happy.
moving the dome further away.
Just 2 really spaced out boobs.
Yeah.
You don't want to sleep all cuddled up close to your ex's dad?
Yeah, it's not a push-up bra anymore. It's just no bra.
Okay, Nova, I have known you for less than 3 days. and it's already weird here. So
Sound? Hey, May, sound doesn't travel out of this thing, does it?
yeah, it does.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Why?
I just lean
No,
in. That guy
no
fucking
reason.
sucks. Like, I'm
Well-
sorry. I'm being very cordial. I'm being very nice. He's the one locking all the mages down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's
should
almost
we
like-
should we kill him?
No,
my-
no. I won't. I'm not gonna do anything about it. I just.
Rubicon, remember when we talked about death and killing now? It's best to avoid, if possible.
Yeah, but I also was told by Nova that the best way to is like use violence to kind of process. And I don't like that he's locking down the mages. So to process that anger, I kind of want to kill him.
Sure. I can understand you wanting to do that. I also know that that's not.
It's not even really me wanting to do it. It's just it seems like it's the right thing to do.
Sure.
Okay, well, we're not going to kill him.
But
He's-
why? Why not? Why are we keeping him alive?
He's
So-
useful for us at this time.
First of all,
We
like,
don't
I
kill
don't.
people that are useful.
Well, and we're not going
Oh,
to
that's a
just
good
wantonly
point.
kill
Oh
people.
boy.
I'm not saying just kill people, but I'm saying like you said this guy's locking up the mages, right? Like
Do you know
I'm not saying
why?
kill
Do you
all the mages. I'm
understand?
saying
Do
just
you
kill him.
understand? Here's the thing, Rubicon, is
Yeah.
we don't know the full situation. We don't understand everything, and so it's not really
Sure.
our place to make a judgment if it could be avoided, which it can be. We can neglect to make a judgment now, and as we learn information, we can continue to grow our understanding. And then, at a later date, you can make the decision. You can always wait to kill someone. You cannot unkill them easily.
He puts
Yeah,
up a
but
hand
it's-
to Quinn and is like,
Easily.
Quinn retracted.
But also, if by keeping him alive, his actions kill other people,
Sure.
we're kind of killing other people by not killing him.
Sure. Are those mages dying?
It seemed like a lot were from the attacks yesterday, yes.
We really got
By keeping them in there, by keeping them in their homes, that's not murder.
Well,
And-
by keeping them in their homes, those monsters then could get around and were breaking into the homes, and then it's just kind of like a platter.
Sure. What I'm saying is, if I were doing something that you disagreed with, not that was necessarily wrong, but that you thought was wrong, is
Sure.
it your job to kill me?
I would try to stop you.
See,
Violence wouldn't necessarily be the first choice. I guess
Right.
it would be on depend. No, I take that back.
What?
It would depend on what you're doing.
right, it does depend on what one is doing. And I
Right,
think that
so-
you defaulted to non-violence because I'm your friend.
Well, I've defaulted to nonviolence by default, but
Right.
because May says this guy's responsible for this, that seems like the best course would be to kill him, right? Like you
Well-
take away the negative part of the equation to free all those people, and then they're
Well,
on our
we-
side to fight, and then we've got like a small army of mages, which that sounds really cool.
May, would those runes above people's houses lose power if this person were to die?
No, they would stay in place until they're
Ah.
taken down.
So, then the
And-
damage is already done.
And we could prevent more damage.
We're
Well-
already preventing more damage. He's
By
not
killing him.
there. He's
Oh,
not
okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what if he's using magic? Because one of you used some magic to send stuff to other people and talk over great distances. What if he does that?
It's an excellent point. What if he were doing those things because someone threatened to kill his daughter?
Who threatened to kill his daughter? I
This is
forget
what
who
I'm
this-
saying is you don't know the full situation.
But because someone threatened to kill his daughter, he then threatens other people?
He might.
Oh,
People will do
but
strange
it was not the
things in order
mages
to
that were locked up, was it? Or that they didn't do it, right?
I'm
like
trying to impart to you.
Oh,
It's
no, I
opposite
get what you're saying.
Yes.
Unit
It's not necessarily
2387.
straightforward.
System diagnostic. Report to network uplink Kravis.
Guys, where's Kravis?
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
Yeah, I don't
that
either. I'm supposed to
makes
report to uplink Kravis.
Barabbas, the place with the spaghetti?
Carabas.
What's spaghetti?
I actually never
We're
use
going to
spaghetti.
Olive Garden.
No, God.
Going to Carabas.
Report to network uplink Fazoli's.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I fucking love those Fazoli's breadsticks. That was like crack to me as a kid.
Anyway,
What will you spell that for us dumb boys?
Kravus.
Kravos.
Kravis.
all I wanted to say was that it is not our job to be judge, jury, and executioner very often, and we should avoid it as much as possible.
Okay.
Well, and also he knows a lot of stuff that we need to know right now.
He is also useful.
Oh, that's a good point.
For right now, there are more reasons for him to be alive than dead. That can change later on.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really have a vested stake in this interest. I just want to keep the people of this town alive, and if he's hurting them, then I kind of want to hurt him back.
Can I poke my head out of the dome and just see if he is observing us at all?
You poke your head out of the dome and you see like a opaque brown dome with no sound coming from it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's boring. His dome is brown.
Have you met him?
Should I squat back down. Should I go over and talk to him?
No.
Why would you want to talk to him? No.
If you
just
don't
to make-
like
just-
him, I don't
No.
know.
Just to see if he heard anything about us.
Well, he'd probably lie, wouldn't he? Like,
What's that?
he'd probably lie if he heard us. He'd say, "Oh no, I didn't hear you guys talk about how Rubicon's kind of wanting to kill me. No, I didn't hear that." Like, I mean, why? That's just, it's only going to be awkward if he admits to it. And besides, it's late. We don't need to talk to him.
Okay.
Let's give it a couple of days before we start disturbing his sleep.
Okay.
You know.
Well, like, cause he knew.
Just sleep on it.
Okay.
That's-
Yeah. I just go to sleep.
Yeah.
All right. As you all fall asleep and take your long rest, we'll go ahead and end there, and we'll pick it up next week.
Steal the man's shit, threaten to kill him. Fucking
I'm sure he didn't hear any of it.